Hello friends, welcome back to Neon Genesis Evangelion for the Nintendo 64 that I'm playing on official hardware with my official cartridge of the game. I am definitely not emulating this. Nintendo, do not sue me. Gainax, do not sue me. I know you don't own Evangelion anymore. Don't sue me, Gainax, please. Hideaki Anno, do not come to my house and egg it, please. I would love to support you, but this game was not released over here. So we're starting this video off with kind of the end of the show. This was kind of when the show was wrapping up. So we're gonna get some more serious levels here. There's one shot, did it happen yet, where the emulator really freaked out? Are they going to use that shot of Gendo where he smiles again? Oh yeah, here it is. That is not supposed to look like that, obviously. That is not what the sun looks like. But, yeah, there you go. Out of all of the combat levels in the game, we've done a couple already. This one is probably my favorite. So this is when Toji Suzuhara went on to become an Eva pilot, but the Eva had an angel in it. Oops. Looks like they did an oopsie goof. So this level I'm playing on the hard mode. This footage is from my hard mode playthrough. This one's probably my favorite. It's just fun to do. I have not discussed yet, but the absolute worst part of this game is Shinji yelling after he does anything. And even just in these fighting parts, when you throw a punch, Shinji goes, "Meh!" And it just sounds like you are playing as a child, but it sounds like you're playing as a child. This entire time, I believe, the Eva, yeah, you're not technically in control of Shinji here. The dummy plug is taken over. Which is why it says that right there. Operation Dummy System Ray. Again, the little details in this game is what really makes me think that this game was made with a lot of love. The music is recreated very well. Graphically, it looks really fucking good. And all the just little details, how you can recreate scenes from the show in the gameplay, is really, really cool. And I think if you're gonna do a game that's about adapting the show as closely as possible, I don't think you can get much better than this. I think if you were to do an Evangelion game, I think you would have to do something along the lines of, like, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, where you go in, you create your own character, maybe you even get to design your own Eva. You just are in the world of Evangelion, you fight a brand new array of angels. It ignores the story of the show, and it just has, like, Persona 5, like, character relationship stuff where you can run around Nerve HQ and talk to Gendo and ask Misato out on a date, and don't forget to feed Pen Pen. You know, I think that would be the kind of stuff that would be cool. And then every now and then the gameplay gets interrupted, where you have to go in your Eva and fight an angel. I think that would be the best possible way to do an Evangelion game, because if you are just adapting the show, there's not really much you can do, and you kind of have to make it like this. So yeah, that's my pitch for an Evangelion game. Kara, hire me. I will make an Evangelion game on my own. I don't know how to make games. I'll do the character voice acting for everybody. I'll do the mocap for just Pen Pen. I'll only play Pen Pen. In terms of the dialogue in this game, this is a nightmare. Definitely the worst part. That does look good. Like, I like their recreation of the end. Oh, this is the worst mission in the game, by the way. This one was so confusing. So I'm just going to start talking about it now. This is a QuickTime event level where you are shown two button prompts. One is an analog button prompt, and the other one is an A button or a B button prompt. It'll say like A up or A top right, so, or bottom left, bottom right, down, left, right. So it's 8 directions that you have to possibly choose from. And yeah, I did just have to think about how many that was. The emulator, I mean, the completely legitimate N64 that I'm playing this on, screwed up and did not display the diagonal prompts. So I only saw, like, up or down, and it was wrong every single time. So I had to go through this level, painstakingly remembering, like, saving at the very start of the mission, and then save stating, loading, save stating, loading, save stating, loading, figure out what the pattern was, because again, I had to just guess. I had to guess that there even were diagonal motions to do. So this took me the longest. This is my first run through where I just genuinely didn't know what to do, because I'm showing you how bad this was. But eventually, yeah, I just started using save states because I literally don't think I could have gotten through this any other way. And I just guessed. Yeah, this was a nightmare. A complete fucking nightmare. Which is a shame because this transitions into one of my favorite scenes from the show. I know, you know, Evangelion isn't really about the cool robot stuff, but damn, when there is cool robot stuff, it's cool as hell. You know, when I think of Evangelion, I mostly think about the introspective character study. You know, the lore is just kind of there. You shouldn't really focus on it. It's not really what the show's about, but it is one of my favorite aspects of it, and when it's cool, it's basically the coolest show that's ever been made. I don't remember the eyes blinking, though. I think that might be a visual glitch. And I just love the concept of, like, Yui Ikari, her maternal instincts kicking in and just being like, I have to protect my son. That's why I love Berserk, the Berserk mode in the Avas. And I'm glad that in the show they didn't use it like, oh, the Ava has to go berserk. It's like the Super Saiyan of the show. Okay, Kaji, that's your one line. That's all you get to say in this game. Bye-bye. Take the microphone further away from your mouth, Gendo. The Ava yell is, like, fine. I've seen some people complain about it. It sounds fine. It doesn't sound as cool as it does in the show, but it's fine. I assume they had some intern just do it. I don't know why they couldn't just reuse the sound from the show, but whatever. I'm not a game developer. I don't know what goes on in their minds. This mission... What is this mission? Oh, this one's fine. This one was kind of confusing the first time through, but it's not really that bad. I also feel like that picture looked messed up. That might have been another emulator problem. I mean, N64 problem. The N64 got overheated, and it just started displaying images incorrectly. It's not an emulator. I'm not emulating this, don't worry. If I saw this as a kid, I probably would have been like, wow, how'd they get video like this in the game? But now I'm like, yeah, it's 2 images that they're just flipping in between to simulate motion. They're literally not moving at all. Yeah, see, this is how, if you were to make an actual Evangelion game, I don't know how you would do this level. Like, that's why an Evangelion game hasn't really been made. Like, there have been a couple of attempts, but there isn't like a definitive Evangelion game yet. And recent years, there's like none at all. Like, how would you... The level would have to be Rei running, and just it would have to be another minigame like this. Like one of the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. It would have to be the javelin throw. Also, I love how the rain just didn't want to show up. It's half-hearting the rain. Only 1/3 of the screen is covered by rain. Looks really weird. Yeah, I don't know how you would do this level otherwise. Like, in a video game, this would be the shortest level. So this one... Ooh, that looks pretty bad. Was kind of hard to figure out what to do. The first time through, I literally just kind of shot it right into the sun. It became really easy to figure out what to do once I realized something. You're not actually controlling the javelin. You see how we're in this, like, cone? You're controlling the hole at the end of the cone. Line that up with the angel, and you'll basically do it. It became way easier once I realized that. And I got it, like, first try. So, you are not... oh, and then you had to mash again, but this was not nearly as bad as the mashing in that other level. This one was really easy in comparison. But yeah, you're not controlling the Lance of Longinus, you're controlling, like, the cone at the end of it. Yeah, we'll just shoot the Lance of Longinus into space. I'm sure that won't come back and bite us in the ass anytime soon. In fact, I guess it won't happen at all. Spinning naked Rei is upside down. I am gay. I couldn't think of any other word out of there, so there you go. Those cicadas are so loud, and they've haunted me every day since I've watched Evangelion, because that's like, if you pay attention to the scenes where they're just walking outside, that noise is in every single scene. Speaking of being gay, yeah, here's Kaoru. One of the things I guess that Netflix ruined was that their relationship was no longer vaguely gay in nature. They were just kind of like, no, they're friends, guys. They're just friends. Because that was always one of my favorite things about the show, was that Shinji is this guy this kid who just wants to be loved. He doesn't feel like he belongs anywhere. He doesn't really have any friends. Asuka hates him. Rei couldn't care less. Misato's like this off-limits, like, you know, older woman that he can't really do anything with. So the first person who comes by and shows him any kind of anything at all, he's just like, oh, I think I love him? Because I think that's how love works? That was my take on it, was that he just doesn't know how emotions work, so he thinks he's in love with Kaoru because he's literally the first person who ever showed him any kind of affection or friendship. That was my takeaway from their relationship. This is a fine level. I think this level could have been way cooler. It's not. I love the 2 JPEGs flying in the background. That looks great. Congratulations, guys, you did it. So this is the last of these, like, normal fighty levels. Basically, we're just fighting Kaoru here, while Ode to Joy plays, so what could you really ask for more? You start with the progressive knife. This is really just Kaoru and Shinji swiping at each other and hoping that they hit one another. That's basically this entire fight, is he hits you, you hit him, grab each other, and then mash down on the C-pad and the A button alternatively, and one of you will win. Again, this is the same motion that I had to do in that one level, but not nearly as hard. And, yeah. The only time that got hard was on the hard mode. That was quite frustrating, and I don't think I got any of those counterattacks off on the hard difficulty. I think it would have been really ballsy for this entire level to have just been played out on that one freeze frame shot where they played the song, and it's just a freeze frame of Ava 1 holding Kaoru, I think it would have been really ballsy to leave a level in where it's just 10 minutes of that, and then after 10 minutes you get an A button prompt where you just crush Kaoru. I think that would have been a good adaptation of that episode, and I would have enjoyed that quite a bit. Also, this episode, Knocking on Heaven's Door, the beginning and the end, I think is what the episode's called, is where I would say the show ends. I don't hate the other two episodes, you know, the congratulations episode, but this is where, when I was showing my friend Chris Evangelion for the first time, this is where I stopped, and we moved directly into end of Evangelion. I think that would probably be the best way to watch the show. I'm curious to see what people think of those two episodes now. Like, if you watched the show on Netflix for the first time and didn't know, like, what the hell is this? This is the ending of the show? Would be quite interesting to see what people's reaction to that was now. I've kind of stayed away from the Netflix one. I think it was kind of a bummer that they recast everybody and kind of had the original English cast come in and audition for their roles. I don't know, I think that was pretty shady. I have not watched it on Netflix. Some company just announced a Blu-ray release of the entire show and the movie, so I'm very excited to pick that up and finally watch it in high definition. I'm sure the new cast is fine. I literally can't bring myself around to watching it because it bums me out. But this level could have been better. It's fine. It's the last of these levels, and I don't really have much else to say about it. Other than, again, the entire level should have just been, wait for it, should have just been this the entire time.
君たちには未来が必要だ。ありがとう。君に会えて嬉しかったよ。
Alright, well, now that Kaoru is dead, that's going to be the end of the video. And there's only one more left, where we head right into the end of Evangelion.